Hello and welcome back to the How I Ripped Off Buffy the Vampire Slayer podcast. My name is Chip Thompson and I am joined as always by MC.
That would be me.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, are you excited?
Not as much as I was last week. The excitement has kind of waned a tad, I'm not going to lie. But we are back for episode 2 of season 3, which is Lost Minds Part 2.
I'm not sure why you're doing that voice, but
I don't know,
I'm
I just
happy
feel
for
like
you.
Lost Minds needs to be said. Sorry, Lost Minds needs to be said like that.
Let's go for it.
What happened last week, MC, and why is it called Lost Minds?
Yes.
Yes.
It was quite dull last week. Well, it was, as you mentioned last time, it was a
As I
setup
covered our butts.
episode.
Yeah.
It was a setup. There were some demons, they died. They're probably not relevant.
But they were relevant. Shut up, they were relevant.
Okay.
Because we're setting up this whole idea that since the events of the end of season 2, there's been a lot of apocalyptic events or happenings.
That's true.
There's some sort of rumblings going on. And so that was part of one of the many setups that were there in the boring episode.
There are other rumblings. There are
many
personal rumblings. That sounds like constipation or diarrhea or something. Rumblings in the personal life of friction between Louise and Jay.
Yep.
MC and possibly the rest of the gang feeling a bit about Chip's death.
Heroic sacrifice.
Death.
Yes. They don't want to mention the C word.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not around for this season, alright? I'm trying to get him as much as possible.
Okay. So yeah. I guess we'll find out.
It ended with MC giving Louise a piggyback in the rain.
Yes.
That's why it wasn't a very good episode.
Yes.
Hopefully this one will be more interesting, and we'll see. Of course, there was Freddy, the villain of the episode, we assume.
He was very sleazy villain, wasn't he?
Yeah, seems to have the power to make people do things.
You preempted Jessica Jones and Mr. Purple.
I did! Oh my god, now I want Freddy to scream, MC! And it becomes a bit of a meme. That would be great. Let's see if that happens. Let's crack on. This is Lost Minds, Part 2. Previously on Tamora Gayson.
Guess I'm driving.
Jay said, I'll get the bus. Louise replied. Things had steadily been getting worse between Louise and Jay, so much so that they hardly spoke anymore. In fact, the whole group had been a little uneasy ever since Chip had died 3 months ago. Everyone acted like they didn't care, but secretly, MC, Jay and Louise wished they had parted on better terms. Freddy, the man MC had bumped into, stopped and waited.
Now remember, Freddy,
The policeman said as he caught up with him.
try and stay out of trouble this time.
Again, Freddy smiled politely and walked off. The officer looked MC up and down.
What do you want with Detective Lockhart? I'm her boyfriend. Oh, I see.
The officer said, extending his hand.
I'm Chief Inspector Hiroto. Boss, I regret my choice of voice now.
Freddy threw, spelt incorrectly, everything into a small plastic bag and went to leave. He walked back to the girl. Lift up your top.
Oh no.
Oh. She obliged, revealing her breasts to Freddy. He laughed and left the petrol station. So why do you think there's been so many threats to the world lately? Louise asked as MC carried her through the dark, narrow roads leading to the mansion.
I'm not sure. Actually, I haven't got a clue, but I'm hoping to ask Shin-no-Khan when we get home.
Shin-no-Khan paced the lobby of the mansion, his ghost-like aura casting a large shadow over the hallway in the dim light. Okay, straight away, do ghosts cause shadows?
Apparently, their ghost-like auras do.
Maybe it wasn't a shadow, maybe that was his ghost-like aura.
Yes.
Shadow.
Yes.
The shadow of his ghost-like
Yes.
aura.
Yep.
At least it wasn't a surprise ghost.
Yep. Good callback.
Thank you, little callback to our Sonic High School episodes. Hey, you should go and listen to those.
You really? No, genuinely, you should.
You should, they're
hilarious.
Great. Way better than this. Hey, Shin-no-Khan's back.
Yay!
Yay!
Drink.
Oh, he didn't appear though.
Yeah,
He's already pacing the lobby. No, put your drinks down, people. Drinks down. Drinks down. Shin-no-Khan paced the lobby of the mansion, his ghost-like aura casting a large shadow over the hallway in the dim light. Jay fixed that problem by switching the hall light on.
Do you mind?
Shin-no-Khan asked.
I'm a little bored, but go on.
He replied. Shin-no-Khan sighed.
I'm trying to think.
Jay just nodded and continued into the kitchen. He returned with a large tub of vanilla ice cream and a giant-sized spoon.
Can we talk about vanilla ice cream?
If we must.
Why? Like,
some people like it.
I recognise its value as a accompaniment.
Yeah, or a base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But by itself?
Yeah,
I'd like it, but there's so much more out there.
That's true. That's
Broaden
true.
your horizons.
Would you trust anyone that only ate vanilla ice cream?
If
That's a no.
the only thing I could see is if they went for really, really posh ice cream and they went for vanilla ice cream because it was like the best fucking vanilla ice cream in the world. But even then, they'd...
I feel like you may have isolated a large chunk of our vanilla ice cream
Fuck
eating
off,
audience.
vanilla eating twats. We don't need you.
This isn't the podcast for you, all right? We are racist against vanilla.
Do you know where MC is?
The ninja master asked. Jay didn't give answer with words. He just shrugged as he scooped a large spoonful into his mouth. Excess ice cream that didn't quite fit dribbled down either side of his lips.
Hot.
The sound of a key in the front door stopped Shin-no-Khan's pacing. He dashed to MC.
How did it go with the hugglers? Were they destroyed?
Didn't Jay fill you in?
Shin-no-Khan nodded, realising that Jay had in fact told him that the danger was over. These were the demons at the start of the last episode, weren't they? Where they were responsible for the deaths of the dinosaurs. There were 7 of them left, and now they were coming back to maybe destroy the world of humanity.
Give it a go, anyway.
Yeah.
But I guess they were going to do the meteor thing again.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty good trick, really. Yeah. MC and Louise hurried upstairs to fetch towels and to change their wet clothes. Louise opted for a shower, whereas MC thought his dead master was going to have some more news of another deadly threat to mankind, so he decided just to throw on some old clothes.
When you get soaked, feel free to cut this bit out because it's quite boring. When you get really wet from being in the rain.
Wait, more boring than the vanilla ice cream bit?
that was covered in gold. When you get really soaked from being in the rain, do you have a shower or just put on dry clothes?
I towel myself off and just put on...
Kind of what?
We're moving on.
So what's happening?
MC asked when he was back downstairs.
Nothing.
Shin-no-Khan said quickly.
Nothing at all.
Is he being
I'm not sure if
suspicious?
that's
Like nothing at all, Ovis. Nothing at all.
Well, he said it quickly, so...
Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Maybe he's just kind of relieved that finally there's nothing going on.
Yeah, maybe. No worldwide evil arising anywhere then?
No, all appears to be quiet for now.
Why do you think we've had so much paranormal activity lately?
One would imagine that it is all to do with the build-up of the one's ascension and dissension. A backlog, if you like.
Okay, so Shin-no-Khan bringing in the exposition as usual.
But like, does that mean all the demons and shit sort of are like, okay, let's end the world? Oh, look at that guy, never mind.
Maybe it caused some sort of cosmic magic rift in...
Hey, you're making excuses
Oh yeah,
now.
yeah,
Well
I'm
done.
defending my own shit. That's
Yeah.
a thing that vaguely happens in shows like this, right?
Cosmos.
Yeah.
Magic stuff.
MC reached into one of the drawers in the lobby and pulled out his toolbox. Because that's where you keep a toolbox, in the drawers in the lobby?
Under the coffee table.
Yeah, those words go together. MC reached into one of the drawers in the lobby and pulled out his toolbox, a bag of springs, and several mediums-sized screws. Mediums-sized screws.
Hi, can I have some screws, please? What size would you like? Mediums. How many do you want? Several.
In the drawer underneath was a glove-like device.
Oh.
Is that a glove? MC took all these things over to the table and sat them down.
So he's gonna fucking numb your darkness it.
Oh, is he making a hand?
Must be.
Awesome. I like the Army of Darkness rip-offs. They're kind of my favourite ones.
I count 10 possible apocalypses since all that happened.
He said.
11.
Jay pitched in. MC looked at him in a puzzled manner. Jay filled him in.
The time our cable went down. I thought my life was over without it.
Oh, Jay.
Wacky old Jay.
With the vanilla ice cream dribbling out the sides of your mouth. He went back to his ice cream whilst MC quickly turned his attention back to Shin-no-Khan.
I don't know for certain why this is, but I will do my best to find out.
The Ninja Master said.
What about the elders?
MC asked.
They're usually quite good with this sort of thing.
I think MC's got a short memory. You kind of beat the shit out of them, MC?
I do not think that they would be willing to help us in the cause to destroy evil any longer, ever since we sort of shared violence with them.
That's the way to put it. Like, you beat the crap out of someone. Well, we shared violence.
I think Shin-no-Khan has kind of evolved slightly, like his mannerisms and stuff, because he was quite stiff and uptight before, and now he's like, oh yeah, we sort of shared violence with them.
He's down with the kids now.
Like, yo, what up?
I want to hear Shin-no-Khan rap.
Me too, but I'm not going to try it.
You had a fight with the elders? Louise asked as she walked downstairs, wrapped in a white cotton towel and a turban-like object over her hair.
Does it go with the glove-like device?
Turban-like object. Also, interesting, MC did tell the gang
Yeah,
that he had a fight with the
that's
elders.
true.
I guess there was a lot going on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how soon this is after. Oh, no, a month or so?
I think it's a couple of months. Yeah, I think I kind of wrote this as it was like TV seasons. You know, there's always a few months in between where you're like, oh, what have you been up to in this time?
Yeah,
MC said with a smile on his face.
I guess they're a little pissed that I kicked their asses. Sluts.
MC, yeah, he's already beaten them up and now he decides to kink shame them as well. The phone rang. MC, Louise and Jay looked over to their rota on the wall.
Oh,
Rota.
like a cleaning rotor or like whose turn it is.
Oh,
rota.
but spelt wrong.
Yeah.
Quite wrong.
Yeah,
Okay.
very wrong.
But spell check it's okay with that.
Yeah,
so
it's like a helicopter rotor is what you've got it spelled as.
So they've got a helicopter rotor on the wall of the
that
mansion.
tells them whose turn it is to answer the phone.
I guess it spins around whenever it lands on.
Yeah.
MC, Louise and Jay looked over to their rotor on the wall. The phone answering rotor had been set up when the gang had started getting so many calls about paranormal activity. It was MC's turn. Luckily, it was Tifa.
Hey, time for another conversation with myself. Hey.
She said in a weary voice. Was that your best Tifa weary?
Hey.
Don't do that again.
Hey, sexy.
MC replied, but he guessed his girlfriend wasn't in a flirting mood.
You know you asked me to let you know when I thought I saw something strange. Well, have a listen to this.
Tifa proceeded to tell the ninja about the man known as Freddie Gaffney. So, Freddie, I'm guessing this is a callback to the episode's previous villain, but I didn't realise I'd named him after our old college tutor, who was a very nice man and not a sex pest in any way that we know of. So, Freddie, if you happen to be listening to this for some reason, this is not what we thought of you. We loved you. I needed a name, I guess. So I'm sorry that we made you a sex pest.
Unoriginal and just
Yes.
use anything that came along.
Yeah, naming characters is hard, man.
True.
Coming up with good names for characters is
Before
tough.
character name generators on the internet.
Yeah, exactly. Then I just stole them from people I liked and changed who they were.
Just tell them about horrible people.
Tifa proceeded to tell the ninja about the man known as Freddie Gaffney. He was well known to the police for the amount of violent incidents he had been involved in. Numerous murder investigations had been carried out against him, but every time he had been cleared due to the lack of evidence. Earlier that day, Freddie had been found at the scene of another murder. However, this time, his fingerprints had been on the body. Because when we met Freddie, he was coming out of the police precinct with the officer saying, "Hey, don't you be bad again."
Yeah, I thought it was like shoplifting or something.
No, murder. Lots of murder. But he does seem to have this ability to control people.
He does.
So that's how he's getting away with it.
So, in other words, he had to touch his victim this time.
MC said. Tifa continued and went on to describe Freddie.
He's medium height, fairly tubby, and is a complete slimeball. He even pinched my ass earlier.
Is that not an arrestable offence?
I
That's
feel
sexual
like,
harassment.
Yeah. Just as you're getting out of prison, you pinch the police officer's ass?
Well, to be fair, this is Tifa.
Yeah.
She probably thought it was something else entirely.
Mosquito or...
Oh, if only I could arrest you for sexual harassment, but I can't because I don't know law.
Bet he's got a nice shiner after that.
Well, actually no, he hasn't. I couldn't punch his ugly face off for some reason.
Just a tick. I think I saw him when I came to see you tonight with your boss.
That's what I mean. He's a main suspect in a murder case, yet the chief of police lets him go with a handshake.
MC thought for a moment. This defiantly sounded like a case for the people at Ninja Inc. Two things reoccurring. Me not being able to spell definitely and Ninja Inc. Tifa finished the conversation by telling him that Freddy had been spotted at the petrol station earlier that evening. They parted and MC went back to the lobby and explained everything to the others. Shin-no-Khan seemed particularly interested.
Ooh.
Maybe he went to school with him or something.
I think I know this person. Back when I was a training ninja.
It's just your uncontrollable urge to put words in front of ninja.
I'm glad we don't have a drinking game where every time ninja is in, you have to drink.
Yeah.
Back when I was a training ninja, I was attempting to track down the man that killed my father.
Oh, I remember that.
As I once told you all before, I came close on numerous occasions, but never close enough. One of the reasons why was because he always had minions around him, and I remember a certain human that could use his mind and set his will against others.
Ah, so he's not the guy who is one of the minions of the guy who killed Shin-no-Khan's father.
Having someone who can control another person is a pretty good minion.
Yeah,
That's pretty.
Why is he a minion and not the boss?
Yeah, I'm the boss now.
Yeah, it's like, all right, yeah.
No, he respects the hierarchy of the employment system.
Maybe the other guy is just immune to his mind trickery.
Oh, yeah, we don't know who it is, do we? So, although, I mean, in some ways, like, I kind of get it, but in some ways it feels like a leap to be like, this is definitely the person that can control people.
A leap here in this series? A break in the logic?
Someone pinched Tifa's arse and he's a murder suspect. Oh, I know that man. He was a minion of the person who killed my father. He's a mind controller, in other words. Louise said, simplifying the equation. Is mind controller a thing? Is it a term? Oh, watch out for him. He's a mind controller.
What would you use instead?
Someone who controls minds.
I feel that's just a lengthy alternative.
Fair enough. Louise has simplified the equation. Fair enough.
Yes, indeed. Anyway, this man was called Freddy Gaffney, and he was a powerful assassin.
Does that mean this Freddy Gaffney's really old as well? Because it was... Ooh. But then Shin-no-Khan's been trying to hunt down this man who killed his father for years and years, so maybe it was like his last attempt or something, and it was a fairly new minion?
Yeah.
Who cares about the timeline? Let's not think about it.
That's our guy.
MC said, getting up.
Time to save the world again. Must be that time of day.
Jay offered. Wait, MC, how are you going to fight a guy that can control your mind? Louise asked. I think she means a mind controller. But it's a good point though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh my god, if he controls MC.
Can you just shoot him from like a distance?
No, then there would be no TV shows about supernatural things ever.
Go, and I will take care of that.
Shin-no-Khan said. MC decided he wouldn't need much in the way of artillery against a fat man, so he got straight into his car and headed off to the petrol station where Freddy had last been seen. Jay noticed his ice cream tub was empty.
Speaking of fat men.
On his way back to the kitchen, he heard Shin-no-Khan say,
I must go and take care of some business of my own.
When Jay returned with his second double chocolate chip cookie fudge dough, he watched as Louise trotted upstairs, leaving him alone in the lobby.
So maybe Jay had vanilla ice cream earlier as a sort of like, that was his vegetables, and the double chocolate chip cookie fudge dough is like...
Or like a starter, a main course.
Oh, that's true.
And then something for dessert. I don't know what. I do worry about Jay though. Like if he's kind of just, like banging out tubs of ice cream. Is he all right? Is he okay? Is he a bit sad?
Or is this just wacky Jay, or is this like Jay's hurting?
Let's think. What would my 15-year-old... I mean, actually, I think I might have been around 16 when I wrote this. We'll see. How would Teenage Chip have dealt with this? It'd be Wacky Jay.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah. In a strange, almost twisted way, MC was glad this assassin had been to a garage, as the DeSoto needed filling up. Great.
What?
Why is that strange and twisted?
Yeah. In a strange but also very convenient and practical way.
He went to pay for his petrol, but there was no one at the till. His ninja hearing
Yay!
heard sobbing from the back room. He went to investigate. A young girl sat in the corner, tears streaming down her acne-stained face. It's a really nasty way of putting that.
Acne stained.
You acne
Is that why you
face.
described her face as nice earlier? Just like out of pity. Hey, what's wrong?
MC asked in his most sympathetic voice. Is that sympathetic enough? I think you could do better.
Hey, what's wrong?
That was borderline patronising, but okay.
I'm sorry about your face. Are you crying about your face? 'Cause
Nice
it's
rack, though.
Acne stained.
The girl looked up and cowered even more.
Don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm here to help. Now, I know a guy was here earlier. What can you tell me about him?
She seemed to know exactly who MC was talking about, but her statement surprised the ninja. He's a murderer and a rapist! He
wow.
came back! She
Okay.
burst into hysterical crying again. Wow, I'm uncomfortable.
That
Yeah.
escalated.
This is... okay. MC thought about comforting her, but knew in these situations it was best not to touch the victim. So now not only was Freddy an evil killer who could control people's minds, but now he had raped a young girl. Then something occurred to MC.
Who'd he murder?
The girl motioned her head to the exit door of the storeroom. MC left her sobbing and went to investigate. Behind the door he heard some moaning and groaning. The door was locked, but MC used his key, I.E. his legs.
I.e. his leg. So he kicked it open, is what he's saying.
Yeah,
What you're attempting to say.
okay. The door was locked, but MC used his key, i.e. his legs, and was horrified to see Freddy, trousers around his ankles, making love to a dead middle-aged woman.
Never identified with anyone more.
This might be the most uncomfortable I've ever been.
I like how you're just going overboard and like, how can I make him evil? What if he just fucks corpses?
I think this medium is not the best way to deal with the issue of sexual assault.
Yeah.
I'm
really?
I'm really uncomfortable with this. Don't like it.
Yeah.
MC kicked the dustbin next to him, sending it flying into Freddy. The mind controller, there's that phrase again, lost his grip on the dead woman and fell to the floor. MC picked up a small piece of plastic next to his foot. After wiping the blood away, it revealed that the dead woman was in fact the manager of the petrol station. Oh, so it was a name tag.
Ah, yeah.
Okay. What's your problem, ninja? Don't you like it rough? Freddy asked.
So, a mind reader as well then.
MC replied. Normally he didn't go in for killing humans, but Freddy didn't qualify. Freddy moved his fingers so they were just hovering over his temple.
You can see him sort of Mystic Meg style pose.
I can see your future as well, ninja.
Oh, great. Another one of those, because they're not ever cryptic. And by the way, I know you're crazy and sick, but at least call me by my real name.
Okay, MC. How's Detective Lockhart? Still trying to find the courage to tell her how you really feel? Maybe Jay could help rather than doing now.
Excellent ad-libbing there.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
And then Louise. Oh, now there's a toy I wouldn't mind playing with. Just a shame she's not a cripple anymore. So this is a bad guy, right? So we just established that this is a bad
Is he
guy.
evil?
He might well be.
Do you think he'll come back again and again and again? He'll be like, is he evil? We got a new joke. We can just dust it off and do it again with a different character.
I hope he fucking dies in this
Oh,
episode.
that'd be good.
This is definitely like a teenager trying to deal with real world issues in a really stupid way.
Yeah.
MC's face turned into a housing estate for rage.
Oh my god. Oh, I can tell you've been taking writing lessons from Dark Doom Firemaster from Sonic High School. That sounds like you taking the piss, surely.
I don't think it was. I think this was me trying to be writer.
Yes.
Yeah, I think...
Success. 100%. Well done.
Well, I definitely wrote words, so I guess that's,
Technically
yeah.
correct. Yeah.
MC's face turned into a housing estate for rage. But what does that actually mean? See, you're normally good at covering for me as well, and even you can't work out what the fuck is going on. He's angry.
I got nothing, yeah.
Cool, MC's angry. There we go.
You know, you're lucky I'm letting you yabber on this long.
MC moved forward, not bothering to slip into a ninja fighting position.
Yay, ninja stuff.
He didn't expect much of a fight from Freddy. What about Chip? MC stopped. Oh, he used his trigger word.
Ooh.
Oh. You feel lots of guilt about his death, don't you? Freddy said, wearing a sadistic smile and rubbing his temple even harder now.
Is it his temple?
That's how he gets into the deeper thoughts,
Right.
like he really rubs his head.
Yes,
MC replied bluntly.
I do.
Oh, well, put it this way. You're about to join him. Now come a little closer to me. MC did as he was bid. Oh no, he's mind controlled by the mind controller.
If only there was a clue in the name.
MC did as he was bid and stood just a few centimetres away from Freddy's face. The mind reader moved his hands away from his temple and wrapped them around MC's throat. It's a shame you won't get to live to see what would have happened over the next few months, because it would have been a blast. I am very sorry to anyone from Yorkshire who is listening to this, and any human who is just genuinely offended by that accent.
Which is anyone.
Anyone. I'm sorry to everyone. Freddy started to squeeze. MC didn't struggle. Instead, he just started to laugh. Freddy tried to tighten his grip, but it was no use. MC swiped his hands away from his neck and kicked him hard, catching Freddy just below his double chin.
Man, when will you learn?
MC said, wiping away the stench of Freddy's sweaty palms. But I don't understand.
I'm a ninja commie. Is he? Well, is he saying that he's a ninja communist, or is he saying that Freddy is a commie? And how do you get from necrophilia with petrol station attendants to
Communism.
yeah?
I think
Marx, he was all about the necrophilia. He was.
they want to share all the dead women they have sex with. No, I feel like back then I would have been very unaware of what a communist was.
Sure.
And what it meant, and would have known it as an insult.
That's true.
So I think I'm missing a comma after ninja.
Right,
so
that makes sense.
he is not a ninja commie
Aw.
who wants to
Slightly disappointed. Distribute the nunchucks equally across the people.
Well, ninja is a communist snake. What?
Oh, let's just move on. Okay. I'm a ninja commie, as in mentally strong. You can't control me like all the other people you've hurt.
How convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah, was he aware of this at the
He
time?
used his ninja anti-mind controller powers.
Freddy stood up gingerly, holding his now purple bruised chin. You can't stop me, ninja. Our friends in our places. I'll bring down a wave of destruction on you and your... MC, getting bored, twisted Freddy's neck. It made a satisfying cracking sound. The fat body fell limp and sagged to the ground. MC looked around at the dead manager's body. He felt sick at the sight of what Freddy had done to her and the girl inside the petrol station. The pervert may have been dead, but he would still haunt the people he had met in their dreams at night. He called Tifa from a payphone, and within 10 minutes, she and several other squad cars were at the scene.
Thank God that communist is dead.
Also, does that mean Tifa's a squad car? MC stood outside the front of the petrol station and watched an officer help the young assistant girl into a car. She was no longer crying, but MC knew it wouldn't be that easy to forget what had happened that night. Tifa got into the car with the girl and it drove off. She hadn't been over to see MC ever since she had arrived. He guessed she was still swamped with work.
I don't know if it's a bit awkward if your boyfriend fucking kills someone as well.
Yeah, I mean...
Mind-controlling necrophiliac, yeah, go wild. I'm not complaining, but maybe there's awkward paperwork there. And we know how Tifa feels about writing and just general literacy.
So how, like... Because Tifa's kind of been covering for MC, I guess, in terms of the whole vigilante thing. But how would she have covered for that?
I think maybe when people come up and they say, "So Tifa, you were first on the scene. What happened?" She just goes, "What?"
Where am I? He decided there was no more he could do here tonight. So he left with his now full-up DeSoto and drive home.
Do you think you paid for the petrol?
I like how that's a plot point as well. It's like, hey, but everything was okay because he had a full tank of petrol
And he got a packet of wine guns as well.
On the way back, he couldn't help wonder what Freddy meant. It wasn't the first time some nut had mentioned something that was going to happen to him. Oh yeah,
Wasn't there something about his son?
Yes, it was last season, wasn't it? He went to see some magic man in the woods, and they said something about a son.
Oh well.
He thought as he drove through the streets of Tokyo.
Looks like the next few months are going to be full of surprises.
Hey, nice meta line there about
Great.
the season to come.
Yep.
Looks like the next few months are going to be way more interesting than this episode. A flash went off, and the police officer that was taking the photos of Freddy's dead body rewound his film.
Old school.
Old school, yeah. Chief Inspector Hirato looked down and shook his head.
Such a waste.
Didn't you release him today, sir? The officer asked his boss.
Yep, I did, personally. I'm surprised to find him here like this.
Did he think he was controlling you?
Ooh. I shouldn't have thought so. He was perverted, not stupid.
That's how I describe you to people.
I shouldn't have thought so. He was perverted, not stupid. Oh well, I better let Mr. Johnson know. He'll be disappointed.
The chief inspector and his officer ducked underneath the yellow tape, leaving the dead body alone in the alley.
Huh. This chief inspector is nuanced.
Yeah.
Slippery.
We wondered if he was going to be a bit of a villain.
Yeah.
And Freddy couldn't... Does that mean Harato's a ninja?
Or maybe some other stuff.
Maybe some other stuff.
No, because he reckons that Freddy wouldn't have... Freddy thought that his mind control would work on MC.
Oh.
So if Freddy didn't think that his mind control would work on Harato, then he wouldn't think he was a ninja, probably.
So it means that Freddy knew Harato was someone he shouldn't mind control.
Or couldn't.
Either is interesting. And a development.
Yes. Let's find out at some point.
Shin-no-Khan had nearly finished chanting. All he had to do was mix the silver watch with the four-leaf clover together and the ritual would be complete.
What kind of Irish spell is this? So can Shin-no-Khan handle physical objects?
I mean, he cast a shadow, so who knows?
With his aura.
The mansion's basement was dank and dark. Does that mean it was like really cool and dark?
Well, we've already established Shin-no-Khan is getting cool and...
He sent off several memes to his friends. Also, new room for the mansion.
Oh,
Don't know if we've been in the mansion basement before.
Good point.
The mansion's basement was dank and dark. Not the perfect place to perform the spell, but where else could he do it? It wasn't as if he could use the lobby in the mansion with Jay and Louise inside. He was also sure he had heard MC come in just a few moments ago.
Ooh, he's up to something.
The ritual had to be done on known ground, a place where the subject knew well.
Appear, spirit of the underworld, and release the soul.
The ninja master dropped the watch and clover into the other ingredients the spell required. It was peaceful for a moment. Shin-no-Khan suddenly had a rush of fear that it hadn't worked. Then the foundations of the mansion began to shake. Things fell off dusty shelves that had belonged to the previous owners of the mansion. A large vase fell through Shin-no-Khan. Okay, so he's still
Right.
not corporeal.
Hey!
Yay.
But he can handle silver watches and four-leaf clovers.
Maybe that's
Everything else,
his
no.
ninja will.
Yeah, sure, okay.
A large vase fell through Shin-no-Khan. If he had been whole, then it would have knocked him unconscious. He checked to make sure the vessel of Britchat was still in one piece.
Oh my god!
That was a thing.
It was.
It was a thing.
And I kept thinking it was going to be brought up in earlier things, and then it wasn't.
Yes, it was a MacGuffin from the previous episode. It could have made Shin-no-Khan whole.
It turns ghosts into alive people, ghosts, no.
Yeah, ghosts into alive people, real people into super strong people.
And there was something else.
And there was something else with it as well. But we wondered if it was going to come back because it was made a big thing of.
Yes.
And we never mentioned it again.
No, it turns dead people into ghosts, ghosts into alive people into super people.
Oh my god, what is he doing? He checked to make sure the vessel of Britchat was still in one piece. Luckily for him and MC, it was. The shaking for worse and worse. The shaking for worse and worse. Then just as suddenly as it had started, it stopped. A blinding light ripped a hole through reality, and something fell through the hole, which then closed up.
What could it be?
Shin-no-Khan walked forward to the body that had just arrived. He was naked, covered in cuts, and was having uncontrollable convulsions.
Shush.
Shin-no-Khan commanded.
It's going to be all right. You're home now.
Chip looked up at his master.
Oh my fucking god! I like how you couldn't go a single episode without bringing yourself back.
Oh my god.
Oh.
That is how you end an episode. A big
Yes.
fucking cliffhanger like that.
You mean it's not? It's. I mean, it's not as exciting as piggybacks in the rain. But I mean, I guess it'll do.
Oh my god, Shin-no-Khan has brought Chip back from the dead.
I feel like this wasn't well thought through because it didn't.
No, of course it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was me as a teenager writing this.
No, I mean like Shin-no-Khan.
Oh,
Like,
sorry,
what's
yes.
he doing?
yeah.
What's he doing?
I don't know. Like, he always... Shin-no-Khan carried a lot of guilt about all his pupils that had gone evil.
True.
And rightly so.
True. Yeah.
So maybe it's some sort of, like, panic reaction
Yeah.
or...
He has been acting strangely.
Yes, he has. Yes,
It's
good
because he's
point.
down with. He's cool now. He's like, fuck the rules. I do what I want.
He wants Chip for his crew, his
Yeah.
dance crew that he's putting together.
Hey Chip, can you buy me some cigarettes?
Wait, I feel like even Marvel would sometimes let characters be dead for a couple of issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, no, fuck it, Chip's back, episode 1. But, what version of Chip has he
I
brought back?
know. Is he actually a ghost, as was established in the previous thing, or are you just going to just forget that entirely?
Forget
No?
that and he's human again.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
he good? Is he evil? Is Shin-no-Khan evil now?
Ooh.
I mean, someone has to turn evil, right? That's what happens. That's what happens in this show.
Oh, we've already killed off the villain, so
Well, MC,
Yeah.
if anyone has any theories about
Yes.
what Shin-no-Khan has done, or why Chip is back, or how Chip is back, or what Chip is going to happen... What? I'm so excited I can't talk. There are numerous ways you can come and get in touch with us. You can find us on Facebook, where we're at facebook.com/howiRippedOffPodcast.
and you can also send us these theories on Twitter at How I Ripped Off.
And if you're wondering what the hell we're talking about and wonder how Chip died or who Shin-no-Khan is or what a vessel of Britcher is, you can find our entire back catalogue up on SoundCloud, Stitcher Radio and iTunes.
And if you can leave us a rating, because this episode was actually quite interesting,
It was!
please do so on any of those things because it really helps us, brings us up in the ratings, and other people can tune in and you can talk at work about like, oh my god, Chip's back. What does that mean? And other people will be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I do that at work all the time. I'm like, hey, Chip's back. They're like, yeah, hey, man. And yeah, we'll see you next week where we're going to find out. Maybe, hopefully, we'll deal with it next week. Otherwise, just dick tease it further and further. But Chip is back in Tomorrow Gason.